upper half of Australopithecus africanus humerus. And they've compared that to modern humans and have determined that the upper half of the humerus of Australopithecus africanus is very close to identical to a modern Homo sapien upper half of a humerus. Therefore, if we find the lower half of a humerus that's similar to Australopithecus, or that's similar to modern humans, it probably is also similar to what the lower half of Australopithecus africanus would look like if we had one to compare it to. That's waving your magic wand over it. We got a bone that looks like humans. We have an ancient bone that looks like humans, but the half that we have looks like humans, so we're going to say the half that we don't have does also. You see how that works? Does that make sense? But that's science. And one guy, a paleontologist named Patterson in 1981, published a paper, Homo erectus and Human Descent, Ideas and Problems. I'm not going to read this whole quote, but what he said in this paper on page 70 and 71 is that they would probably classify that KP271 fossil as Homo sapien, except they'd already dated it to be 4.4 million years old. So who says looks aren't everything? That's the Canopoi elbow. We're going to just wave our magic wand and make the evidence fit what we already want it to say. Now, Lucy is the one that my brother-in-law is going to ride into the grave. Donald Johanson found this in 1973 and 1975 in Ethiopia. This is the one that's supposedly our upright walking link between knuckle walker hominids and modern humans. Australopithecus afarensis is what it was dubbed. 3 million years old, 3 to 3.5 million years old, and we started to walk upright at this point in time. The trouble with this sucker is that Lucy was found in 1975, and the upright walking, this is the whole skeleton, so it's unusual to find that much of a creature anywhere when you only usually find a couple of bones. But he found a knee joint in 1973, 2 miles away and 75 feet deeper in the dirt than where he found this. And he claims because of anatomical similarities, they go together, that this is an afarensis knee joint that goes with this afarensis fossil. And claims based on this, which some people think it's more Homo sapien than afarensis, that based on these fossils, this was our upright walking ancestor, but skeleton is more similar in modern analysis to a pygmy chimpanzee, as opposed to some unknown hominid or hominoid. And that computer scans of the inner ear show that this Lucy was probably a knuckle walker, not an upright walker. So that's the evidence. Now here's what the skull looks like. Here's a modern skull. Here's afarensis. Here's a chimpanzee. What does this creature look most like to you? But if you're looking for something that goes from this to this, you found it, because that's what you're already looking for. But if you just compare them, you found some kind of a chimpanzee. It's a wild guess to say that this fossil that can't speak for itself was not a chimpanzee, was instead something evolutionary progression from a chimpanzee or a monkey or an ancient hominid to man. You follow that? Now this is my favorite of all of them, the Laetoli footprints. Mary Leakey found them in 1976 in Olduvai Gorge in Tanzania, East Africa. I've never been there. Here's a picture of the area where she found them. Here's a picture of Mary with her footprints. And here's a footprint and some computer scans, tomography of the footprints, showing that they are definitely human-type footprints that she found in this rock that she claimed is 3 million years old and is Australopithecus afarensis footprints. Here's a little bit better picture of the tracks, so you get a feel for what's going on. Now, on this plane, she found some other footprints as well, and she took all the evidence of what she found to National Geographic. They published a great big thing on it, and a lot more has been published on it besides. But she found a giraffe, elephant, guinea fowl, an ostrich, and a few other footprints in there. She took all this evidence and said, draw me a picture of what we got here. 3 million year old plane with human-type footprints and all these other creatures. And this is what they drew and published. What's wrong with that picture? The what? Okay. Something more profound. Those are good observations, but there's something more profound wrong with this picture. 3 million year old picture of Olduvai Gorge in Africa.
The giraffes and elephants.
Now, if you've been on safari and know the secret, don't spill the beans, and I know a couple over here know it. What's the problem with this picture? Okay, that's part of it. But we've got assumptions going on. She claims that because there's volcanic ash here and from a volcano that was not too far away, and based on dating that, it's 3 million years old. The plain is 3 million years old. Therefore, the footprints in the plain next to the 3 million year old ash are at least 3 million years old, which puts it in the Australopithecus afarensis realm. So she had him draw a picture of the plain based on what it would have looked like 3 million years ago based on the footprints she found. What's wrong with the picture? It should hit you in the face like a ton of bricks.
Where's the footprints from the others?
Well, you got all the other creatures. You got your elephants, your guinea fowl. Back here you got an ostrich.
No footprints for those.
Yeah, there was. Those footprints were there.
What are those animals eating? There's nothing for them.
Now you're kind of getting kind of close. You're going to kick yourself when I tell you. I'll give you just another few seconds. Yes, ma'am.
You're walking toward a volcano.
No, that's not it either. Yes. Where's the grass? No, that's not it either. Okay, I'm going to tell you. How come after 3 million years, giraffes are still giraffes, elephants are still elephants, ostriches are still ostriches, guinea fowl is still guinea fowl, but these suckers are flying space shuttles, building computers, and thinking about going to Mars? You see the evolutionary bias? They find elephant footprints and they put elephants in it. They find human footprints, they put a monkey in it. Because that's what they want to have there 3 million years ago. See what I mean? Why it should hit you in the face like a ton of bricks? If evolution is an overriding property of matter that wants to continually organize itself into higher forms, how come only the monkeys organized and the rest of the creatures didn't? What property of matter caused significant change in this alone?